Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Today we are reading from 9th chapter and 19th number verse. It's 18 number verse is very important and very enlightened verse. Gati bharta prabhu sachi nivasam saranam surit prabhava pralaya sthanam nidhanam pijamabhyayam. I am the goal, the sustainer, the master, the witness, the abode, the refuge, and the most dear friend. I am the creation, I am the annihilation, the basis of everything, the resting place, I am the eternal seat. Gati means the destination where we want to go. But the ultimate goal is Krishna. Although people do not know it, one who does not know Krishna is misled, and his so-called progressive mass is either partial or hallucinatory. So today is 19. Tapameham aham varsam nigrinyat utsrijami cha amritam chaiva mrityuscha sadasat chaham arjuna. We want to decide together. Tapameham aham varsam nirganyam utsrijami cha amritam chaiva mrityuscha sada satchaham arjuna. Translation. O Arjuna, I give heed and I withhold and send forth the rain. I am immortality and I am also death personified. Both spirit and matter are in me. Purport. Krishna, by his divine energy, diffuses heat and light through the agency of electricity and the sun. During the summer season, it is Krishna who checks rain from falling from the sky, and during the rainy season, he gives unceasing torrents of rain. The energy which sustains us by prolonging the duration of our life is Krishna, and Krishna meets us at the end as death. By analyzing all these different energies of Krishna, one can ascertain that from Krishna there is no distinction between matter and spirit. Or, in other words, he is both matter and spirit. In the advanced stage of Krishna consciousness, one therefore makes no such distinctions. He sees only Krishna in everything. Since Krishna is both matter and spirit, the gigantic universal form comprising all material manifestation is also Krishna, and his pastimes in Vrindavan as two-handed Shyamsundara playing on a flute are those who the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. When the devotee come up with the platform of the higher platform, first class devotee, there is three class devotee. Third and second and first, three classes devotees. First class devotee, Yomam Pasyati Sarvatra Sarvam Samai Pasyati. He sing everywhere. He sing Yomam Pasyati Sarvatra. That means that types of devotee sing everywhere is Krishna's energy and Krishna's presiding everywhere. His presence, His seeing. That's why Pandita Samadarshina. Pandita. Pandita is Samadarshi. That means Pandita means who is the scholar of this knowledge. The Pandita Samadarshina. They are the Samadarshi, meaning equal vision for everything. Suni Chaipa Sopakita Pandita Samadarshina. He's seeing the elephant, cow, and dog eater, dog. Everywhere he says the Krishna's present. That's where there is no distinction. Like the caste system in India, they are thinking of this. But in reality, it is it. And another thing is here is Krishna. One can ascertain that the Krishna, there is no distinction between matter and spirit. He is both matter and spirit. From his everything, creation, annihilation, everything, he just entered the everywhere. That means all the time, most of the verses, they just focus to the Krishna. Krishna is giving everything. And from his, everything is come out, everything come out. That's why our duty to serve him. That is our duty, prescribed duty. And Krishna is never is impersonal. He is personal. Impersonal thing cannot be manifested personal thing. How can he manifest? We are personal. We are person. That's why Krishna also personality. That's why Srila Prabhupada is so expert. That's why he is saying supreme personality of the Godhead. That means in that word, everything is there. Supreme means among the all gods, he is the supreme. Personality is not an impersonal personality. That means it sometimes come as impersonal form also. He can do that form also because everything emanates from him. That's why his personality. That means this is Sakar, not Nirakar. Sakar means person. We can realize him, and he is the two-handed form in Golok Vrindavan, enjoying with his consort, Gopa and Gopis, like the Krishna's are body there. So his energy is working over here in material planet as a super soul and see. Krishna saying everything, I am sunlight, moonlight, what's come up, sacrifice, ghee, everything. He's saying, I am. That's why he's saying here, I am everything. That means we have to accept he's the everything. Yes. That is the thing. We have to accept. He's saying, I am. He's clearly saying, others God's not saying, I am the supreme, I am this and that. But Krishna saying, I am everything. That is just use everything carefully. We can use everything for his service. And it's become, all things become transcendental. For that, we have to create our situation, good situation. Schools are many schools and many teachers, but we have to choose which is right. The Krishna consciousness is the supreme. Okay. Any discussion on this particular verse? It's okay. You have to move 20.
I think supreme. He is a supreme being also, called something the supreme being. Of all things that are, he is supreme.
Yeah, supreme personality of the Godhead. Personality means soul is there all the time.
And I think a lot of times, like when we're brought up in the West, religion can tend to be impersonal. Not always, but sometimes it is. And God is like some distant power. But Krishna, like, the energy, he prolongs our life.
Mm.
He's with us in everything we do. And very concerned, very compassionate. For every single person, there's not too many for Krishna.
He's all the time showing compassion, but we have to raise a patrata. Patrata means he wants to pour his love towards us, but we have to pour. If somebody gives you nectar, you don't have to plate. Somebody giving nice prasadam, you don't have to plate. How can you hold those things? You need some pots. That is called patrata. Patrata meaning candidate. We have to be candidate, and then we will get the mercy from the Lord. Without candidate, we cannot get.
But the important issue in this is not for getting Krishna's. Here the main issue is that there is no difference between matter and spirit. Whether you are a being or a non-living thing, a table or a chair.
Yes.
Everything is Krishna.
Yeah, everything is Krishna.
That's what
Everything
the
is
main
Krishna.
issue is. So here the question is, of course, we have to accept the fact that he's going there. But normally what happens is we think that he is just another being. In this words, what I feel is, he makes it think that there's no difference between Krishna of the matter or Krishna of the spirit. They're both the same.
Both spirit and matter are in me. He is saying, in me. He's not saying it's separate. He's saying, in me. That means everything he is.
Yeah, so but
Other means.
see, normally we think living being, we say this is matter.
Yes.
It's a non-living thing. This is an idol.
Yes.
We just give it it's impersonal or something.
Mm.
Here he says that I'm there.
Yes. That's why Prahlad Maharaj's story is, makes sense by the Lord. And he says, oh, your Lord is in this place. Yes. And then he comes. And then Lord Narasimha is come out. That means everywhere he is present. His presence. Everywhere he is presiding. But in the small atom, within the atom also, his Krishna is there. Yes, but sometimes he is saying Krishna's mercy. He wants to give mercy all the time. But if we don't want to take that mercy, we don't have to patrata. That means we are not a good candidate. Then we cannot hold his mercy also. He wants to give. Somebody wants to give something to you, and you don't have to. Somebody wants to give you a job, nice job, but you are not experienced about those particular things. And
there I have two things. One, his point, like what you're saying is we have to be prepared to accept Krishna. Okay?
Yes.
Means that we should be primed to get the knowledge. Yes. We should be prepared, well prepared. But sometimes that may not be true also. Like I may be completely in opposite direction. So, like when you're talking to a small child, okay, and when you're teaching him alphabet, something, he doesn't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
Nor he has any interest. He's interested only in playing.
Yes.
He's not prepared to learn anything. No child is prepared to learn. But somehow you get him interested in that. You know what I mean? Because what I'm saying is, what you're saying is, we should be prepared. Means I agree with you, but then you're already reaching one stage of Krishna consciousness. It's very pure. But what if you're completely having you're one of the lost souls? Then you need to at least tell them, okay, this is good for you. This is interesting. Then you prepare. Right? Because when you take a small child, right, in school, first like in lower school, he's not interested in alphabet, but you slowly you tell him, hey, this is good, you learn A, B, C, D, or and then you slowly the kid says, this is
I'm not talking about he's giving once and taking. No, we have to make a candidate for this takes time.
Yeah.
Previously, we have to install everything, and for the result of devotee, they are not being like by birth, all of sudden, out of sudden, within the second, they are not making like the result of devotee. Lifelong they sacrifice, and they will get knowledge, and then the devotion also. Patrata is there after going on, and there are many categories in devotional service about the devotion.
So patrata comes only after you practice some amount of it, or you are somehow inclined
Yes,
to it.
who have the good fortunate soul, they will come to the Krishna's place. Ahaitu apratihata ye atma suprasiddhati. In Srimad Bhagavatam, ahaitu is giving mercy. Ahaitu sometimes without hetu. Hetu means without motivation. He will give the salvation to you. Sometimes he can do, but we are not expecting. Sometimes when he wants to deliver us, and then we will deliver, no problem. Just now enjoy and just enjoyment. If we are thinking, we are suffering more. No, we have to serve him. I don't want to anymore be birth and death, all this thing, this condition in this material world. If we think like that, then we have to surrender unto him, because he is the everything. And when we surrender towards him, and he had to protect. He is saying in Ram Avatar, Ram 9th canto of Bhagavatam, Bata Mama. He is saying his brother, fast for his devotee. He's just he had to protect his devotee. That is his brother that been fasting for the protection of his devotee. Also, we chant in the last verses. There is 6 categories of the devotional service. Rakshati iti viswaso. We have to believe that Krishna will protect us, and then everything will be solved. Rakshati iti viswaso. Because Prahlad Maharaj, the most powerful example, he all the time believed. That's why he protected by the Lord at last. Rakshati Vishwasa. And yes. Yes, we have to analyze. By analyzing all these different energies of Krishna, one can assume that Krishna, there is no distinction between matter and spirit. Second verse is just input. Traividyanam somapa uta papa ege rajista sugatim partayante te punyama sarda sudendra lokam ashnanti divyan divideva bholam. पढ़ने से थोड़ा मुझे अच्छा लगता है इसलिए पढ़ रहा हूँ संस्कृत. Those who study the Veda and drink the Soma juice, seeking the heavenly planets, worship me indirectly. Purified of sinful reaction, they take birth in the pious heavenly planets of Indra, where they enjoy godly delights. Yes. The word Traividya. Refer to the three Vedas, Sama, Yajur and Rig. A Brahmana who has studied these three Vedas is called a Trivedi. Sometimes in India, Chaturvedi also. I met them too. Chaturvedi. Anyone who is very much attached to knowledge derived from these three Vedas is respected in society. Unfortunately, there are many great scholars of the Veda who do not know the ultimate purpose of studying them. Therefore, Krishna here declares himself to be the ultimate goal of the three Vedis. Actual three Vedis take shelter under the lotus feet of Krishna and engage in pure devotional service to satisfy the Lord. Devotional service being with the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and side by side trying to understand Krishna in truth. Unfortunately, those who are simply official study of the Veda become more interested in offering sacrifice to the different demigods like Indra and Chandra. By such endeavor, the worshippers of different demigods are certainly purified of the contaminations of the lower qualities of nature and are hereby elevated to higher planetary systems of heavenly planet known as the Mahalok, Janalok, Tapalok, etc. etc. One situated on those higher planetary systems, one can satisfy his senses hundreds of thousands of times better than on this planet. Very simple verse. This is just
we use the term.
about talking about the Vedas, right? In Srimad Bhagavatam, talking about the Vedas also, BhagavadGita also, Nistrayagundyo Bhavarjuna. That means just to come up by the three Vedas, come up. Because Veda for the regulative principles and worship and the varieties of things. Parachabhada Vedoyam Balanu Anusasanam. Krishna Karmani Karmavachaya Hegata Yatha. That means Veda is studying for those who don't want to, completely surrender to the unto the Lord, and just for them, for the regulative who wants to, who have the sex desire, for him, just don't do like the animal society. Please do marry with one woman and just having sex with her. It's a ritual. Talking about the Vedas. That is prescribed duty for him. That is the recommended by the Vedas. And for those, same thing is not recommended for those who taking the renounces or sannyasa. For those is blinded. That means Veda means it's a regulative to the person who doesn't want to come to the Lord. That is the only regulative principle for those just practicing, karma kanda, upasana kanda, and then jnana kanda. Three of the Vedas just teaches us those things. Veda also Lord Krishna, none different from Lord Krishna. Vedas. He is saying Shruti come from his mouth for the living being who don't want to come direct to Lord and just they wants to travel here and there. And for those types of living entities and human beings, the Veda give the Veda for the regulated. तो क्या बोलते हैं उसको नियमित करने के लिए साधना करने के लिए दिया गया है.
Kind of a regulatory control.
Yeah.
You know,
And slowly they can, slowly
the rules for living.
Yeah.
Veda is a kind of rules for even normal and proposed.
And they will get, and by Vedas, there are talking about many types of sacrifices, knowledge, and siddhis. That is there. And that means with the karma kandi, they can worship the Lord, like the demigods, all these things. And jnana kandi, they can cultivate the knowledge, and Brahma Jyoti, they will get they don't want to serve. They are scared to serve the Lord. That's why they are thinking, okay, God is not person. If He is person, they had to serve. That's why He is not a person. Just and that Brahmajati only, and that they want to merge there. That's why they deny the personal God. Because personal God mean we have to serve Him. That's why they are denied that. That is called impersonal.
Yeah. So they don't have any responsibility.
Yes, more responsibility.
Yeah.
But it's not a dry responsibility. It's Krishna's, when we get the Krishna's loka, Krishna lok, there is everybody enjoying. Because that planet made like that, Sachidananda Vigraha made by the gems, and every step is like dancing, every word is singing song, and every blowing ears is like music. Everybody enjoying. There is no need to worry about, and there is no death, janma, no born, no death, all these things, eternal. In Brahma Samhita talking about that, how is Krishna's loka, and everybody is serving to Lord Krishna, and Krishna everywhere, every place who wants to see Krishna, and Krishna is there, and they don't worry about seeing Krishna. In Vaikuntha planet, there is some distant sons, and in Vaikuntha planet there are the householder, they are one house, and they are cleaning when the Lord Vishnu come and just enjoying with us. They are just waiting for him, but they are enjoying that mood also. There is 5 rasas, there is different rasas. They are enjoying with 5 different rasas. Sometimes some devotees they think to the Lord as a son. Some devotees think he's the friend. Some devotees thinking the fathers, and some just thinking the Santaras, that means Kumaras, is great and their personality is different. Some Dasya, we are servant and he is the master, like that. It's 5 rasas is there. And the topmost is Madhurya rasa, that performance by the gopis. That is the Madhurya rasa is higher thing. But now we have to know Nistraguna Vedas is different knowledge derived for the common, everybody just for the regulative. That is the Vedas thing.
Is there a hierarchy in those 5 relationships?
Yes?
Is there a hierarchy? This is the best.
Yes. The topmost is Madhurya Ras. What is it that is Madhurya Ras? In English, I forget that. Madhurya Ras. It's a first conjugal love. Yes, that is it. Conjugal love. That is called.
Oh, yeah.
That is the conjugal. Yes. Actual 3 Vedis take shelter under the lotus feet of Krishna with the actual. Vedaishcha chaham ahameva vedyo vedanta krit veda videva chaham. That verse is here. We can read what is the meaning of Vedas. Vedaishcha sarve ahameva vedyo vedanta krit veda videva chaham. 15:15. Yes. वेद के विषय में क्या बोलते हैं भगवान. Later on he is talking about this thing, but we can read now also. There is no problem. I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas, I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta, and I am the knower of the Vedas. Yes. If we know the Krishna and we know Vedas automatically, It's come automatically. It's because if you know the final goal, we know the final goal, and then we don't need to another things. Like if we know the Obama personally, and then we don't have to go through. Like we have to make contact and just take permission and go through like that. If we are the personal friend, and then we can, oh hello, how are you? I want to meet you, and then you give the time. And that's it. But if by the government rule, if we want to go through, it takes time. Same thing. It's Vedas also Krishna. But Veda means Sarvaisa Ahameva Vedya. That means everything, if you read all the Vedas, in conclusion is no Krishna. We have to serve Krishna. That is the conclusion of the Vedas. And I am the compiler of the Veda, and Vedanta Sutra as a Vyasadeva, he came as a Vyasadeva. That means there is many types of avatara. Avatara means incarnation. There is Yuga Avatara, age incarnation, Yuga Avatara, and then Manmantar Avatar, there is 14 Manmantar Avatara, and then Satyavesa Avatara, 6 types of Avatara, Guna Avatara, like that, Lila Avatara. There is 6 varieties of avatars. And Vyasadeva, compiler of the Vedanta Sutra, in Srimad Bhagavatam, starting from the Vedanta Sutra, 2nd verse, Janma Rasyayataha. That means Janma Rasyayataha means everything emanated from Krishna. First slok, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, just we pray to the Lord Krishna, who is the son of Vasudeva. Oh, son of Vasudeva, just we are doing obeisances to your lotus feet. That is the first verse, and 2nd verse, Janma Rasyayataha, from you, everything is come out. That means everything means spiritual and material. That means Vedas means that is the things. He is the knower of Veda, he is the compiler of the Veda, and after reading the Veda, the conclusion is we have to know him. That is the conclusion. Okay. Now 21st. 21. Anything, Prabhu? Anything is here? Because this is only talking about the Swargaloka, Somapa. Somapa means the nectar of the Soma, which is moon god. Once a year, he poured the nectar in this earth planet also. It's coming to the November, December. At that time, it's Purnimanta, full Monday. That day, the Chandra demigod just pour the nectar on this earth planet. There is the varieties of rules and regulations. And Buddha Papa, you can see what happened. If we do pious activities, we will attain the higher planet from this earth planet. And what happened after that? Now is 21st verse is talking about that. Tetam bhuktam swargalokam visalam chide punne matilokam visanti evam trayi dharma manu prapanna katagatam kama kama lavanti. That means, translation, when they have thus enjoyed vast heavenly sense pleasure and the result of their pious activities are adjusted, they return to this mortal planet again. Thus, those who seek sense enjoyment by adhering to the principles of 3 Vedas achieve only repeated birth and death. See, now talking about the Veda, no Prabhu? Now clearly it's talking about this Veda. Veda just teach us the Veda up to the heavenly planet. Talking about, do like this thing, and you can enjoy this much categories there. That if you do these types of activities, and you will get this thing, and this type of the particular things, and you will get like If you do Indra Yajna, you will get the heavenly planet, Indra Loka. And if you do the Pitri Yajna, Pitri, Tarpana, just give the answer to the water and offering to, and then we will get the answer planet. Like same thing, Gandharva, oh, singing place. Do you want to go there? Oh, it's okay. Oh, we will go there. That means Chide Punde Marte Lokam Visanti here. Chide Punde Marte Lokam. When our pious activities is finished, then we will have to come back. Previously, many times I talking about that. No? Now this is the real verse.
21.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Vedas just elevated us from here to there. When our pious activities are finished, then again we have to come back here. Here mean again repeated birth and death and misery, all these things. Short life and all these things. Manda, Sumanda, Matayo, Manda, Bhagya, as of Kali, everybody has less intelligence and less. So we don't want to come back, no? We want to come back. Mm-hmm. Pro, we don't want to come back, no? It's full of misery here and death. This body mean problem, relative also, and misery within the body, many types of disease. Every places in there is a 9 hole within the body. Even though one hole is not from nectar and scented and very nice thing. Every holes is come dirty things. From the ear is it's very dirty things. Nose, from eyes, and anus and these things. Every forms will come only dirty things also. That means this body also is like a dirty things. It's not a good thing. It's compelled by the 5 things. There's only one pure thing is spirit soul. This soul, just wants to come. He wants to be an enjoyer, and then Krishna gave us the opportunity like that style of go, and we have to take this body, like the mode of three nature, and then we have to wandering here and there by the mode of nature. That's why our real position is Satchidananda soul, because we are part and parcel of the Lord. His categories is the same thing. That's why we have to know these ideas. And Vedas, Te Trai Dharma Manu Prapanam Trai Dharma Trai Vedas just teach us the how to go to that. That's why sometimes who read the Vedas, three Vedas, they are also becoming bewildered by these performing the Indra Yajna. They are thinking Indra is great, Indra, Soma is great, but it's not. Reality is not that. Gatagatam Kama Kama Lavanti, who wants to enjoy lots enjoyment, they will Lavanti they will get everything. One who is promoted the higher planetary system enjoy a longer durations of life and better facilities of sense enjoyment. And one is not allowed to stay forever. He is again sent back to this earth. Upon finishing the resultant fruits of pious activities. He who has not attained perfections of knowledge, as indicates the Vedanta Sutra, Janma Rasayata, or in other words, who is fails to understand Krishna, the cause of all causes, becomes baffled. Baffled about achieving the ultimate goal of life, and is thus subjected to the routine of being promoted to the higher planets and then again coming down, as if situated on a Ferris wheel, which sometimes goes up and sometimes come down. The purport is that instead of being elevated to the spiritual world from which there is no longer any possibility of coming down, one simply revolves in the cycle of birth and death on higher and lower planetary system. One should better take to the spiritual world to enjoy an eternal life full of bliss and knowledge and never return to this miserable material existence. The purport is Prabhupada clearly saying things. माया तारा झपटी मारिए कभी स्वर्ग उठाए प्रभु कभी नरके डुबाए जब तक when we are not taking the shelter of the Lord Krishna, he sometimes just elevate us to this heavenly planet, sometimes just send us the lower planet, is a hellish planet. And so Maya Tara Zapatiya Mare, that means illusory potency of the Lord, and just give us the slap. Sometimes we just lose our, best friend, fathers, mothers, and everything. Sometimes, sometimes these things just. Previously, I lose my home. Same thing. The earthquake by the earthquake. Same thing. It's going on. And that means until we are not surrendered to the Lord Krishna, then we have to suffer. Yeah, that is the meaning. Yes, now 22. We know this thing. What do we do again? This verse is teaching us. Ananya chintayan tomam yadana paripasate tesam nitya hiyuktanam yoga chema bahamyam. Now, yes, we have to give up all these things. We don't want to the Swarga, the heavenly planet, and then what to do? What do we have to do? Then Krishna saying here, but those who always worship me with exclusive devotion, meditating on my transcendental form, to them I carry that what they lack, and I preserve what they have. This is the most powerful verse, and then we have to know this by heart, and we have to understand. I think this is the most important. Many devotees, they are trying to ananya means continuously, all the time, 24 hours a day. Just we have to see purport what Prabhupada is saying. One who is unable to live for a moment without Krishna consciousness cannot but think of Krishna 24 hours a day, being engaged in devotional service by hearing, chanting. It is 9 types of hearing, chanting, remembering, offering prayers, worshipping, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, rendering other service, cultivating friendship, and surrendering fully to the Lord. Such activities are all auspicious and full of spiritual potencies, which make the devotee perfect in self-realization, so that his only desire is to achieve the association of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. Such a devotee undoubtedly approaches the Lord without difficulty. This is called yoga. This is the real yoga. By the mercy of the Lord, such a devotee never comes back to this material condition of life. Chema refer to the merciful protections of the Lord. The Lord helps the devotee to achieve Krishna consciousness by yoga. And when he becomes fully Krishna consciousness, the Lord protects him from falling down to a miserable condition of life. It's clearly saying. It's the most clear, and then we are where we are. We can realize that one later on in 15, 16 chapter, talking about how we can fit, where we can fit. That's talking about the condition of the living entities. Anything, Prabhu, here? He is saying clearly, we don't have to then carry what they lack, and I preserve what they have. Yoga Chemam Baham Meham. This is the very most important things we have to know. Yoga Chemam Baham Meham.
This is a most hopeful verse.
Yes.
I care what they lack. I preserve what they have.
Same time I remember that he is saying in Srimad Bhagavatam, Sanaitat Harishe Dhanam. If I want to see the real mercy, sometimes I will just take out his wealth also. If that wealth obstacle for the devotional service, at that time I take his that means dhana, wealth, and sometimes family, sometimes something. That's why if somebody die within our family, we don't have to blame the Lord. But we have to use that for the devotional service. Oh, Krishna wants me. I have to serve him, otherwise I will suffer. That same thing is happening in the Narada's lifetime also. And now, in Narada's lifetime, he got the knowledge from the Rishi Munis, Sapta Rishi, the 7 Rishis. It's very popular Rishis. And they came to the Narada's home. And Narada was a small child. And her mother, his father has passed away, and only mother is there. Mother just serving, she served them, Rishis, 7 Rishis. And after them, they just remnants, how to say, remnants things, foods.
Mhm.
And Narada just asking for, can I have those remnants? And the Rishi Munis were saying, yeah, you can take. And then he took their own remnants and he became light by the, they are the exalted devotee, and by touching and, eating those things, remnants, and he took and got knowledge. And later on, he's thinking about the Lord Krishna all the time. And he forget to serve his own mother also. And he's worrying. One day, his mother also bitten by the snake and died. And then he is not lamenting. So, oh Krishna, now you give me opportunity. Oh Vishnu, you give me opportunity to serve wholehearted to you. And he's just changing his mood. He's not lamenting. Oh, I am just praying to you, and you just took my mother away from me. Oh, how cruel! It's not saying like that. He's saying, "Oh Krishna, now, and I can serve more towards you, please." And he happy. That means we have to, in India, there's a so ko sakti me badalo. Same thing. It's a lamenting system. In time we have to change our strength to develop our devotional service. That is the right way. Yes.
Well, it's true. We grieve for ourselves because the person's in a better place.
Yes.
So we should actually rejoice when someone passes because they're free from this world.
Yes.
They're free
We have
from
to free from this
their bodies
mental
and
bondage.
misery.
That's why we previously we read Vasamsi Chidani Yatha Vihaya Tatha Nanyan Samyatile. That means when these clothes become old and then we have to give up and we have to take new. Same thing. Body also become old and we just give up on new body, but it's suffering. One body to another body is not good.
Yeah.
We have to give up all of them from this condition. That is the opportunity. Only human being can perform the devotional service nicely, not others. Like demigods also, lots of enjoyment things in there. That's it. Very hard to give up those things. So it's very hard. That's why Nideha Madam Sulabam Sudurlabam. This is the very easy for the human being, and human being can do this. Okay. और एक बस पढ़ना है और हो गया. See, these verses is very clearly clarify us. Krishna is supreme, without a second. यप्य अन्य देवता भक्ता यजन्ते सदयान्विता तेपि मामेव कौन्तेय यजन्ते अविधि पूर्वकम्. Now talking about the other demigods also. Those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me. O son of Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way. The person who are engaged in the worship of demigods are not very intelligent. Although such worship is offered to me indirectly, Krishna says. For example, when a man pours water on the leaves and branches of a tree without pouring water on the root, he does not so without sufficient knowledge or without observing regulatory principles. Similarly, the process of rendering service to different parts of the body is to supply food to the stomach. The demigods are, so to speak, different offers and directors is to in the government of the Supreme Lord. One has to follow the laws made by the government, not by the officers or directors. Similarly, everyone is to offer his worship to the Supreme Lord only. That will automatically satisfy the different officers and directors of the Lord. The officers and directors are engaged as representatives of the government, and to offer some bribe to the officer and directors is illegal. This is stated here as Abhidhi Purvakam. In other words, Krishna does not approve the unnecessary worship of the demigods. This is the thing. That is the final conclusion about worshipping other than Krishna. And I heard one video from the that Nakil Zaid. He's a very Muslim, and he's a doctor, and he's giving lecture thousands of people. And he's just talking about this verse. He's saying, who is not worshipping me, if they are worshipping false gods, they go to the false places. It's not a real thing. That means here talking about the demigods are not false. They are true, but he is interpret like that. That is means it's not the right translation about that. Demigods are there. But if somebody worships the demigods, they will get their planet. Because Krishna is the supreme, like the stomach. If we put the foods over there, we don't need to give separate for ear and nose and mouth, the hair, the hands. If we give the stomach and the stomach will supply the things in the whole body. Same thing, Krishna provide everything for every living entity, even though the demigods also nourished by the Lord Krishna, the living entity, everything nourished by the Krishna. That's why if we offer everything to the Lord Krishna, that means if we offer everything to sperma, and it automatically work. That means if we pour the water in the roots of the tree and the roots that supply this our whole water line, what is the minerals, everything is supplied every branches and every leaf. We didn't have to pour water in the every branches and leaves. Same thing, if we worship the Lord Krishna, demigods also automatically nourish and they are also happy. They also know Krishna is supreme. That means they don't know it's not like that. They also know Krishna is supreme. If somebody worships the supreme, I know what harm, nothing harm. But every living entity cannot do like this thing. They are not doing. That's why giving the way for them also. That's why they worship the demigods and Bhutas, ghosts, and the different types of things. Sometimes they worship oneself also. In Nepal, some castes people they worship their Ma Puja. They're called Ma Puja. They worship their oneself. In society, I saw that. That means that is also different types of faith. There's varieties of faith, no? That is the varieties of faith. We can change our faith. When we will get the better thing, we don't want to, that previous, non-better thing. We don't want that. We are all the time we are looking to better, and better things, best things. We don't want to, bad, damage, and very old things like nowadays smartphone 6. Everybody wants that same thing like that. If we get the topmost mellow, topmost devotion, then lower things is automatically we don't like that taste, higher taste. That's why it's about the higher taste. There is one small bowl, and then automatically people give automatically or give up those types of garbage things, and they have to come to the real knowledge, pure love. We have to clear pure love. Slowly it's done. At last, what Arjun saying and what Krishna saying, and then we will get the whole knowledge. Now it's going to slowly. Krishna bees. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sadhe Kabunai, Sravanadi Suddha Chitta Karaha Udaya. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, Kaviraj Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami talking about the Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem. That means we have that Krishna Prem, means love of Krishna within our heart. But how is come out? That means Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sadhe Kabunai. That means we cannot get automatically. Sravanadi Suddha Chitta. That means we have to hear about the Lord Krishna and then Suddha Chitta. Then it becomes our heart, if hearing, our heart becomes pure. And then Karaha Udaya. And then it's, arising our Krishna Prem within our heart. That's the most important. That's why in the 9 process of devotion, the first one, Sravana. That means we have to hear. This process of now we are talking. This is also here process. The first distance, and then we'll try more. It's automatically connected with 9 also. Okay, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So next week we don't have this, right? Because the Father Pujas are coming from Myanmar.
Yes.
We have it for 20th.
Yes.